Australia having won 28. States, we have to go back to February 2009 in San Diego to find the last USA win, but under coach Mike Friday, this team are in outstanding form. Australia's Nick Malouf has shone throughout the gloom, and in Cameron Clark, Greg Gelyudev and Pamafau, Oz have 3 strike runners in their backline. For USA, Folonua has hit the touch paper on day 2 here in Tokyo, having missed out on day 1 following a suspension in Hong Kong. Garrett Bender has been quite outstanding, as has Danny Barrett and then Andrew Duratalo. Well, they're 3 very powerful forwards, but you're always on your toes when Carlin Isles is on the team roster. So Rin Mayoso is the young Japanese mascot who runs out onto the pitch to deliver the match ball. She's followed up by the 2 teams from Australia and the United States who've taken the field of play. Well, Australia, they get off to it was lackadaisical, wasn't it, for them on day 1. Yeah, lethargy seemed to sort of hang over them on day 1 with losses against Portugal and Scotland, but now that they're in the bowl final, they're after 8 points for winning this particular final. 7 points for being runner-up. Federico Anselmi will be the referee. And remember the points difference with England in the cup final. They've put themselves 6 points ahead as things stand. And of course, the top 4 teams will progress automatically to the Olympic Games in Rio. Fulanua with the high hanging kick, well taken by Pamafau, and thankfully the rain that has been drizzling throughout most of the day has abated, and well, the play will be played in slightly drier conditions, although the top of the surface is undoubtedly greasy. Cameron Clark throws a wide ball to Tom Lucas. This is Nick Malouf. Malouf, who's been a standout player amongst the Australian gloom. Round robin on day 1, knockout rugby day 2. As Foley goes down the middle, straight ins, gets the support of Lucas. Lucas dodging Carlin Isles, but Lucas offloads to Pamafau. And I must say, Tom Lucas, such a gritty little player, delivers the assist pass to the opening score of Pamafau.
Lucas did the hard work in unloading, but it was Con Foley that made the initial decision to have a break and have a crack. We know the Australians are so good at pushing the ball from side to side, but it was Foley that then got it on to Lucas. He didn't have enough pace to beat Carlin Isles, but what he did here that was really nice was he just held it up, waited for the support, and Pamafau didn't need a second invitation to put down the first try for Australia.
Well, that's the voice of Willie Leosi. I'm Scott Hastings in the main chair, and is Tom Lucas.
Is that a new commentator you're introducing? It's just Losey, not the Losey.
Lucy. Former Tongan captain sitting alongside me, clipping one across the top of my locks, having
now
misinformed 300-odd million homes around the world, Willie, with a mispronunciation of your name. My apologies to you. Cameron Clark kicks off up to the 22. What is USA's response? And this man, Danny Barrett, well, he's been strong, he's been powerful. Tracked down by Ed Jenkins. That's the 10-metre line, the Australian 10-metre line. Good tackle by Ed Jenkins, but then illegally played the man, didn't release in the tackle. He is stretching through Garrett Bender. These little support angles of running from Nua. Nua to Madison Hughes. There's overlap here with Andrew Duratalo. Well, he invited the tackle of Cameron Clark. Hughes gets across there. Flatline defence for Australia, pushing up here. Good little step and go. Carlin Isles tries to get under it. He's 2 yards short. Isles! In he goes! Carlin Isles He's been quite outstanding. That's his 7th try in Tokyo this weekend.
And I think that he might be heading towards the top of the try list here in Japan's capital. Lovely the way that it moved across. His 2nd of all time now, passing Matt Hawkins, who we used to always mention had a stamp collection, and when I asked him about it, he said, I've never owned a stamp in my life. Anyway, there's the end of it. And Nufi with the offload. He had a lot of work to do here, Carla Niles. Gets rid of Maloof on 2 occasions, and then that's just pure determination. He is getting better and better with every tournament. Quality finish.
Well, the conversion was unsuccessful, and it was interesting to see Nick Edwards' name there in that try scoring list, because Nick Edwards kept Carlin Isles out of the team for a good sort of a couple of years actually, and it was Isles who was only brought off in the last 2 minutes of each tie, and good to see Isles getting a start under Mike Friday's coach.
We've mentioned that over the weekend and even last week in Hong Kong, the work that Mike Friday has done with the United States team, they are a joy to watch. They're always going to ask questions of the opposition, and the brand of sevens that they're playing is the thing that I think is going to bring a lot of fans to the game. And why wouldn't they, to see a lot of the superstars that they're now starting to produce, in particular that front row.
Madison Hughes then from Dartmouth University made his debut in Wellington in that season 13-14. Isles well tackled on that occasion by Pamafo. Lucas just switches play, that was good. And Con Foley, holding 2 hands, stretches this defence. Maloof, 1 hand. Good angle of running. Oh, Australia's riposte is magnificent. And through their captain, Ed Jenkins, he'll dot down between the sticks to stick Australia out into a lead.
That is when they're at their best. First of all, it was the tackle from Pamafo. It was like a Great Dane on a Chihuahua, because he knew he had to get up on Carlin Isles as quickly as he could, and he did that. The turnover, Foley again with the injection of pace, and then it was just a matter of running the angles. Look, there it is, the steal. And that's a beautiful play from Pamafo. And you've got to love the way the Australians moved the ball to space. Maloof was used, Foley got involved. And this is the end of it here. Support play is a key to winning sevens games. And Ed Jenkins is one of the best support runners in the world.
And Willie, we saw on day 1 where Australia were overrunning their lines of support, and as a result they coughed up a couple of try-scoring opportunities in those opening matches.
It's the Wallaroo who's been getting a bit of grief on Twitter.
Carlin Isles is brought to the deck by the impressive Nick Maloof. Nufi has played his part, and Andrew Durutalo sloppy from USA though. Andrew Durutalo contracted to the USA team. Reached 100 tries on the Gold Coast. Only scored 1 here in Tokyo. Tom Lucas looks on his brother. Slotted a conversion here a few years ago to win the tournament for Australia. Maloof, Jelyadev, strong on the legs. Jelyadev gets the support of Maloof. Well, a tackle which was illegal. And that's a yellow card surely, because it was an illegal tackle, and if he hadn't made the tackle, potentially Australia would have scored a 3rd try.
And Falau Neu had the ball. He didn't hear the whistle initially, and when he did, he put the ball down, but the Argentinian referee didn't agree with how long it took for the ball to get back in play.
Immediate overlap, power play on for the Australians. Oh, Fowles lost it on that far side. Pamafo right on the half-time hooter, and that will be the last action in this first half of the bowl final between Australia and United States. Australia chasing points on the World Rugby Sevens Series table. Australia leading by 12 points to 5.